Hello, and welcome back to Eat Fit Repeat. I'm Dr. Michael, and after working with patients for more than 10 years, I can tell you one thing. Losing weight after 40 is not the same as it was in your 20s or 30s. Metabolism slows down, cravings feel stronger, and sometimes even when you're eating healthy, nothing seems to work. That's when the confusion begins. Should you go low fat or low carb? I've seen this question hundreds of times in my clinic, and today I want to break it down for you with complete honesty. By the end, you'll know exactly which approach works best for you and how to avoid the mistakes that keep most people stuck. Let's start with the low-fat diet. For years, doctors like me recommended this diet. The logic was simple. Fat has 9 calories per gram, while carbs and protein have just 4. So if you cut fat butter, cheese, oils, fried foods, you automatically reduce calories. It's true, and it does work for many people. In fact, I've had patients who lowered their cholesterol, improved their blood pressure, and lost weight just by following a balanced low-fat plan with vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. But here's the reality. When you cut fat too much, your body loses the very thing that keeps you full. I've seen patients come back after a few weeks saying, "Doctor, I'm starving all the time. I can't stop thinking about food." And do you know what usually happens? They end up eating more bread, more rice, more pasta, and the cycle of cravings begins again. That's why low fat alone doesn't always give long-term success. Now, let's look at the low-carb diet. Here, instead of cutting fat, you cut down on carbs. The science is strong. When you eat fewer carbs, your body doesn't have as much glucose to burn, so it starts tapping into stored fat. I've seen patients lose 10, even 15 pounds in just the first few weeks. Not because it's magic, but because lowering carbs also lowers insulin. And as we age, our insulin sensitivity goes down, meaning our bodies don't handle sugar as well as before. The benefits can be powerful. Steady energy, fewer cravings, improved triglycerides, and even clearer thinking. But again, let me be honest, strict low carb isn't easy. Some patients feel weak, constipated, or socially restricted when they can't enjoy even a piece of bread or a small dessert. And when they go back to eating carbs, the weight often creeps back. Before I tell you which one I recommend most often, let me pause for a moment. If you're over 40 and struggling with stubborn weight, I've placed a link in the description for a natural, step-by-step program designed exactly for people like you. I've seen it help thousands of people take control of their health without extreme dieting. You can check it out later. It might be the solution you've been waiting for. So, low fat versus low carb. Which one really works? The truth is, both can work, but only if you can stick to them. If you have high cholesterol or a strong family history of heart disease, I often recommend a low-fat diet, but not the old version where people ate sugar and white bread all day. A smart version, low-fat proteins, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. But if you're constantly craving sugar, struggling with blood sugar spikes, or gaining weight around your belly, I've seen low-carb diets give faster and better results. Especially when combined with protein and healthy fats, it controls hunger beautifully. But here's the part I want you to remember most. The patients who succeed long-term are rarely the ones who follow a perfect low-fat or low-carb diet. They're the ones who find a balance. That means eating enough healthy fat to stay satisfied, keeping carbs in check, especially the refined and sugary ones, building every plate around protein, fiber, and whole foods. That balance doesn't just help you lose weight. It keeps your heart, brain, and hormones healthy as you age. And as a doctor, that's what I care about most for you. So here's my final advice. Don't punish yourself with extreme diets. Don't think of food as the enemy. Instead, choose an approach that feels natural, that gives you energy, and that you can live with for years, not just weeks. If you do that, your body will respond, your health will improve, and yes, the weight will finally come off. And don't forget, if you'd like a ready-to-follow program made for people over 40, check the link in the description. It comes with a 100% money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose except the extra weight that's been holding you back. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, this is Dr. Michael, reminding you to stay consistent, stay hopeful, and always put your health first.